Hi there, I am Lindsay with Off the Beaten Hook, and in this lesson we are going to learn the half double crochet stitch. And if you're working your way through this Learn to Crochet series with me, this lesson builds on the stitches that we've already learned up to this point. And if you're new here, you will find the complete series linked in the lesson notes if you want to go back and follow along with us from the very beginning all the way through to making your first crochet projects and beyond. So the half double crochet stitch is abbreviated as HDC in crochet patterns. And if you've already practiced with single crochet from the previous lesson, this stitch is going to feel very familiar. We're just adding one extra step. I am using a worsted weight yarn paired with a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for this lesson. Now, worsted weight yarn will work great with a 5 millimeter crochet hook, a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, or a 6 millimeter crochet hook. So any one of these that you have on hand will work completely fine paired with your worsted weight yarn. I am also going to be using 2 non-locking stitch markers, and these we're going to use to mark our first and last stitches of all of our rows as we make our way through this swatch. So go ahead and grab your hook and grab your yarn, and let's get going. Here is a completed swatch of half double crochet, just so you can kind of see what type of fabric it ends up making. It is a little bit of a taller stitch than the single crochet, and because of that, it creates a fabric with a little bit more drape, a little bit more flexibility and movement, because there's more gaps in between the stitches. This is a super versatile stitch because it's still pretty tight, but also can be used for things like blankets. You start seeing it more used in garments and other things that need a little bit more drape. Let's look at our half double crochet stitch compared to our single crochet stitch, which we learned in our previous lesson. You can see how the single crochet stitch creates just a really short little stitch, and by adding that yarn over, we are creating the half double crochet, which is just a little bit taller than that single crochet. So that is what they look like compared to each other. So let's get set up with our chain to learn our half double crochet stitch. So we're going to begin with our slip knot. We have learned how to slip knot and how to hold our yarn and our hook in a previous lesson. So if you're following along with us, go ahead and go back and review that if you need to take that a little slower. All right, so with our half double crochet, we're going to make a swatch of 20 stitches. And with a half double crochet, our turning chain consists of 1 chain. Sometimes you will also see half double crochet use a turning chain made of 2 chains. That would be completely normal as well. But just like with our single crochet, your turning chain with a half double crochet does not count as a stitch. So we're going to go ahead and make our swatch of 20 stitches. And in order to do that, we need to make our 20 chains for each of our stitches plus our turning chain, which in this case will be 1. So I'm going to be chaining a total of 21. We are going to make our first half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. So here we have the loop on our hook, which does not count as a stitch. We have our first chain from the hook right here. And then here is our second chain from the hook. This is where we're going to make our first half double crochet. And what we're going to do to begin our stitch is we are going to begin with a yarn over. So we're going to yarn over our hook, and then we're going to insert our hook from the front to the back through that chain. We're just using the back loop of that chain. We're going to yarn over again and pull up a loop through that chain. And now you have 3 loops on your hook. To complete your stitch, you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 of those loops on your hook to complete your first half double crochet. Okay, let's look at that again. So moving our way down the chain into this next chain through that back loop, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that chain, yarn over again and pull up your loop, holding onto our project between our thumb and our middle finger here. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. yarn over, insert into that next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, here's our first few half double crochet stitches. We've actually done 5 already. Just want to show you what those look like up close. I'm going to go back and I am going to mark that very first half double crochet stitch at this point. Could have done it right away as well, but I wanted to kind of show you the flow. So here we have 5 half double crochet. We want to keep this one marked so that we know exactly where to end our row when we come back around the other way. So let's go ahead and carry on, finding our next chain. And just keeping a gentle reminder of our tension at this point so that all of our stitches stay nice and consistent, beautiful, same size. Okay, just keeping our hook riding on the top of our row. As we pull up that golden loop, as we pull up that last loop, making sure we're not pulling through too much or also making sure we're not pulling through enough. Okay, we're keeping our loops consistent. We're keeping them riding right on the top of our row here, right on the top of our stitches as we do our half double crochet. I've made my way to the last 2 chains of my foundation chain. So I'm making my second to last stitch. And here I've got my final chain. Here is my slip knot. I'm going to make my half double crochet into that back loop of that final chain. Okay, so we will stop here. Let's go ahead and make our last stitch there with a stitch marker, or put a stitch marker in our last stitch, and take a look at our first row of half double crochet. All right, now as we make our way back down the row the other direction, we do need to make a turning chain. This simply brings our work up to the proper height in order for us to make our way back across the row. Okay, so we chained 1 with half double crochet for our turning chain, and we turn our work. Here's the back of our stitch. Now as we make our way across the row, we're now going to be working through both loops of the top of that half double crochet. So I'm going to take my stitch marker out. The turning chain again does not count as a stitch, so make sure you do not work into that chain or you're going to be adding too many stitches to your row. All right, we are going to yarn over, make our first half double crochet through both loops of that first stitch, and complete our stitch. And straight away, I'm going to remark that first stitch of the row so that we do not lose our place. Let's go ahead and make a few more half double crochets, making our way back the other way. Remember, we're making them through both loops. Let's go ahead and look at the anatomy of the half double crochet at this point. We're going to have the top of your stitch. You've got your V's on the top of each of your stitches here. Okay, each of these represents 1 stitch. And then if you're looking at the front here, you will see a series of 3 other little legs for the stitch, okay? So your half double crochet, because of that additional yarn over that you did to begin your stitch, it creates this little loop right here, okay? This is the 3rd loop of the half double crochet. So you're looking at it here, you have your 2 top loops, your front loop and your back loop, and then you have your 3rd loop. Okay, if you're looking at this compared to single crochet, this one here is not there. Okay, you've got this leg here, this leg here, this loop here, and these loops on the top. And the reason why I want to look at that so closely is because as you make your way across the half double crochet in this direction, you'll see that 3rd loop right here on the front of your, this is actually the back of the half double crochet stitch, but now we're working it this way. So these can also look a little bit deceiving. See how that looks like a stitch? Here, here. But don't be deceived, because as you turn your work over and actually look at the top, this is your true stitch that you're going to be working into. But sometimes when you're first learning this stitch, you can be mistaken because you're holding your crochet project like this, and it's like, oh, that looks like a little stitch right there. I see a little V. Don't be mistaken. This is the third loop right here. We're not using that loop yet. Many patterns you will use that loop to make some super fun textures. But for the practice here of half double crochet, we're using those top loops to create our half double crochet. So as we're making our stitches, if I were to turn this around and look at the back, you will see those third loops being created across the back. Okay, so now that we have completed our half double crochet swatch, let's go ahead and talk about how to count stitches and how to count rows of half double crochet. So just like as we were practicing, I have stitch marked my first and my last stitch of the row. This is just a little tip to keep you on track as you count. And I am sure this is going to be a little bit of just a review as we go through and remind ourselves how to count the stitches. But remember, each stitch is shaped like these little V's. And so as you're counting them, that's what you're going to be counting. You're going to be counting the V's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth, all the way down to the last stitch of the row. So that is going to be how you are counting your stitches of half double crochet. Now that the stitch is a little bit taller, I would also encourage you to take a look as you get used to what the stitches look like. I know we talked about the specific stitch anatomy earlier, so you're sort of familiarizing yourself with how to recognize these stitches. And compared to single crochet, counting half double crochet stitches right from the top of your work becomes a lot easier too. So even though, for me personally anyway, counting the V's is the most straightforward way of counting your stitches without missing anything, you can also get used to counting right from the front of the swatch here as well. So you can see these little V's, you can see these two legs of the stitch here, and then you can see that third loop of the stitch here as well. And this is one half double crochet stitch. So try practicing counting it that way too if you want. You can, again, we didn't count the turning chain as a stitch, but you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth across the front of your swatch. Now, as far as rows go, I have marked every single one of the half double crochet rows. And if you did work through the single crochet lesson with me, you'll see this is quite a bit less than the single crochet. And it's a very similar method that I use to count half double crochet rows, because when I look at it, for me, an obvious pattern pops up to me. So for me, when I look at half double crochet, you'll see this really distinct pattern that it makes because of that third loop. So there's sort of this long band going across here, this horizontal band going across, and that pops out to me as recognizing the rows on this half double crochet. And again, that's just on this one side. So that's going to be indicating every other row, because there's also a row in between. And for me, it looks like this little valley. I talked about this also with single crochet, but for me, I see peaks and valleys. So I see where the row sort of pops up here, and then where it begins to dip down in between. So it pops up here and it dips down in between. This is what works for me to count the rows. So let's go ahead and do it together. Starting from the bottom to the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows. And that matches the number of stitch markers that I put in earlier just to kind of double check. And I do know some crocheters that literally keep stitch markers in on every row as they finish them. That is completely okay. There is absolutely no shame in doing that. Whatever works for you to make sure that you have the accurate count is what the important note is on this. In this lesson, you learned how to create the half double crochet stitch, how to identify it, and how to count it in stitches and rows. And you also learned the differences between half double crochet and single crochet and why it creates a slightly taller fabric. So I encourage you to practice with making rows of half double crochet. And as you put more practice into this, you'll start noticing that crochet is really built from repeating patterns and motions that would become second nature and even meditative to you. In the next lesson, we will continue building on this by learning the double crochet stitch. So I'll see you there.